Well, good evening, internets. It's me, DP Knudten, for another edition of Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done. And what am I getting done? I'm getting a book done. I'm getting a book written and ready for self-publishing on Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform. And believe me, it's getting down to the final innings of this game. In fact, today is episode number 281, which means I only have 20 left to go before the end of the year, before December 31st, and when the files need to be done, because the very next day, I'm uploading the absolute final files, press-ready PDF files to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform, where it will be self-published sometime starting in January. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm getting ready to send out what I have currently formatted. All the writing, the covers, everything about the book is in final form so that I can get other people to read it, look at it, maybe blurb it if they feel so inclined, and also check out the sections that I actually wrote about them in, because that's one of the things I did in this book. I took some of the guests of my Nonfiction Brand podcast and went through and transcribed all the podcasts, or many of them, and looked for really smart people saying really smart stuff. And I grabbed those extended block quotes and plugged them into the book. So in order to be very cool to the people who did that for me, I want to make sure that they have kind of first eyes on their section of the book. And so I'm going to write people emails tomorrow saying, hey, dude, wrote about you, permission and forgiveness. And by the way, take a look at the pages. You're on pages 51 through 56, something like that. And I think they're going to be thrilled, because I know I would be. And that's what I'm basing this on. If someone wrote about me in their book in a positive way, I would be thrilled to be included in their book. So fingers crossed, crossing everything I've got. That's what I'm hoping becomes true here. That said, as I go through, and right now I'm in Microsoft Word, going through and proofing this book, every time you change something, everything changes a little bit. I was going through and making sure page numbers were in the right place, and I uploaded everything to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing space just to check stuff out, and they can actually preview your book there, and they came back saying, hey, your gutters are too small, meaning this area here. So this is a left reading page, meaning that there needs to be a significant gutter right there, so that the binding is there. If it's too short, it's not going to work. So I needed to increase the gutter. I may have increased it too much, to be honest, as I look at this, but we're going to see. And I've had to go, since increasing that gutter, I've had to go through and see how it changes paging or pagination of this whole darn thing. And also the page count, because before my book was right about 240 pages. It ballooned up with the changes here to about 270, and now I'm cutting down pages or taking things that have bad breaks, like here, just taking out a break here or there and everywhere, doing stuff like this where I want to kick this onto the next page. And that'll be cool. Dana Sanchez, see, this changed. Just stuff like that. It drives me bat crap crazy. I got a reminder. I've got to write this down. Look at Sarah Gross. Because you want your formatting to be same or similar on every page. So, all right, just going through, paging through, looking at stuff. Like, this is not a great break, but it's an okay break. But this is not cool. I want to get that on the same line and then flush it right. Didn't know she have this. I don't want to have. I don't want to have a widow or an orphan. This is an orphan, meaning it's separated from its previous page. So I'm going to put the break right there. Kick that over the same page, and that's good because that's got buffer at the bottom. Neil Schaefer, make sure there's only one brand, yours. Yeah, I gotta do it. Not perfect, but we'll leave it like that. And going through everything, number 70. Right. Put it over to. That's a weird break, but that's because this is. Can I force this by extending? Windmill. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Talking about King Lear. Yes, I talk about King Lear in this book. What kind of Shakespeare dork am I? Don't answer that question, by the way. But I kind of am a Shakespeare dork. I do and love a good Shakespeare play. Yeah, you gotta keep it just that. All right, so how can be necessarily a problem? Conventional wisdom, blah, 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 take it the way I see it, tools. See, these big paragraphs are a little fat to me, so I'm looking for places where I might be able to chop it in half, leaving her a little cold. During a recent conversation, she asked me, what I thought I had thought about it. Is key 3. It's cool. Richard Moore, his is him. Smart stuff. Okay, this is a huge paragraph, but it's also hard to cut because it's part of a transcript. Oh, but I need to. And they're like, cool, goes back. Inspiring. Bingo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just tighten things up when it's in a quote block like that. And then flush right. Up through. Right, is that accept? I bet you it's associated with this thing. Position. Top and bottom. Do not move. All right, so take the anchor off this. Okay. Didn't work. Get rid of it. Richard Moore, consistency, Richard. I'm going to size this down a little bit to 85%. If you'd like to hear more from Richard Moore, we can get rid of that. Microsoft Word is a terrible page layout program, but it is what I'm using as a choice, and it may not have been a good choice. It's the choice I made. Okay, tune. What size type is that? 10. So for business. That's fine. Don Stanley. And the whole thing is, I'm going to go through this book again with a fine-tooth comb several times, but I need to get this in the hands of these people I would love to have blurb the book. So let's see. They are. Now he's upping practice. Just air it out a little bit. Dropping the CPA to become a you move one little thing and stuff starts shifting. And it's so annoying, especially when you've gone through this like this a couple of times already. Todd Austin. What I love about this photo is that fewer, better focus. Fade off. The feed Austin's. So it would be, well, I can probably get that back up there by doing that. Yep, that works. Andy, Christadina. Okay, let's size and position, picture, text wrapping, top and bottom, position. Word, oh my God, Word makes it really tough to deal with images and stuff like that. It took me forever to figure out how to do this because it's like hidden under so many different things. And then when you finally figure it out, you leave and you forget how you did it, and you got to do it over and over again. So it's really, really painful. Oh, almost at the end of the book. Final thought. Out there. All right, so tighten that up. Maybe I can start. Just take out a little bit of space. See if it'll take up an entire sentence or two. And I'm on it. Get out there. Bingo. That off, because that's. Come on. Hey, let's. My friend Nicole, who does such great photos that I appreciate so much. Definitely want to help her out any way I can. Find out more. $142, and then we got this page. I'm gonna center that up. 243 pages. Oh, Lordy. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to save as. I want to save this as a PDF. Best for printing. Export. Yes, it already exists. I want to replace it. Yes, it's not standard 8.5 by 11 paper. I understand that. I'm going to save and quit out of this so that I can open the PDF, which you should be able to see right here. All right. And I need to add BOOKWARD book. I need to add the cover. That's the full cover. Just need the front only. Yep. So I'll drag this in here. Oh, I don't want PNG though. Front. Let's see if I can do that. Cover B. It's the full front. If I drag that in right here, I'm going to treat it as a page. Very much. If I go all the way to the bottom, back only. Yes, that is. And then I'll put that in. Probably have to size it better. And bingo. Now I have the book with 240 some odd pages. So this is what I'm going to be sending out to all the people who I've written about in the book and a bunch of other people that I want to read the book and hopefully have them blurb it. You know, I'm at their beck and call. I don't know. That's not the right word. It depends on who I can get to blurb this, but I'm hoping to get some because I've got, and I can actually show you this. On the front cover, I have already designed a space up top for the very best blurb I can get from the most known person I can get. That'll go there. And then on the inside, I actually have 8, excuse me, a total of 16 possible positions for other blurbs. Now, some of them might not be just 21 words, but if they are, I might have 2 pages of blurb goodness there. And then on the back, I've got 3 blurb positions. It could be 1 big blurb. It could be 2 that split the difference or some combination thereof. But you can see I've got room for at least 60, 70, maybe even 75 words of blurbage there. So that's good. And this is the stuff that I'm actually going to send people to have them look at it, because if you got this, if you're Kate Toon and you got a book that has your picture in it and then says really nice things about who you are, what you do, and how you do it, are you not going to feel good about that? I think you're going to feel good. And when I ask could you consider giving me a blurb, I think she's going to do it. But I can't guarantee on that. But here's the thing. I think I've written about 30 some people in this book. If I only get half of them, if I get only 10 of them, if I only get a third, I get 10 blurbs, and that does me well. The big question is, can I get the big killer blurbs from somebody who makes a big difference? Like I'm hoping, knock on wood, Jay Bear, Andy Crestadina. I'm going to send it to Scott Galloway because I'm a huge fan of his. He blurbed my first book. I don't know if he'd do it again, but we'll see. Anne Hanley, I think I'll try to get her too. Here's the thing, I tried to get her so I could write about her, to put her in the book, and she's too busy. But anyway, that's part of the strategy. Get this in the hands of people who might blurb it. And let me see if I go all the way back down to the bottom. Did it resize that? Yeah, it looks like it did. If I close this down and then open it up again, and there we go. I've got some of those galley-proof, not for publication things, just in a couple places to remind me that, oh, I need someone to write a foreword. And also remind the people blurbing this that this is not for publication, please. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Boot the author. Okay, what? Why does it do that? Don't know what does it. Let me try something else. Because I do have the back only. And it is the right one. Drag this in here. Yeah, there we go. Get rid of that. Yes, I want to delete that page. Boom. Better. Although it's still a little bit oversized. Well, that's because it's got a bleed on it. Yeah. That's what it is. Bingo. So this is good for tomorrow. As I say, I'm going to be emailing this out to the people who've written about this. I do need to do this, so I'll show you this. I need to make this smaller because I'm guessing that right now, if I look at the actual deets on this, it's a 13 megabyte file. That's way too big. So I need to save this as file, save as, compile, final, email, give it the right date, which is the 12th. 2020 email, save, and then I'm going to reduce file size. So it looks at the whole thing. And what is this, PDF Expert? I don't use Adobe Acrobat Pro because I got sick and tired of paying $55 a month for stuff I didn't use. So instead, I went out and did a one-time purchase, and I'm very, very happy with it. Size reduction 82% to 2.3. Great. I'm going to save it as that, and it cannot be undone. That's fine. The email suffix on there reminds me that this is, in fact, the emailable size of the PDF. So that's what I'll be sending out tomorrow. And I can quit out of here and look over here, and yes, 2.3 megabytes. There we go. And again, it's not press ready. It's not, or it's not of what am I trying to say? It's not of a resolution that is appropriate for presses, you know, for commercial presses. But Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing is digital printing. And while the printer may have a DPI capability above 300 DPI, I don't think I need it because it's going to be in black and white. And what you see is what you get. Let's see. Like I printed out just an image. You know, you can see it right there, that Fast Company image. And it's a really crappy small JPEG of a Fast Company magazine cover, and it looks fine on a 300 DPI printer. So this is not an art book. It's not a photography book. It is a written book. So the only thing I really, really care about is the type. Is it a nice, rich black? And I've taken care of that in Microsoft Word. So this is cool. Tomorrow, as I've said a couple of times now, I'm going to put this in the email to all the people in the book and see what they have to say about it. Hopefully it's all good. If some of them say, I don't want to be in the book, that's going to crush me, but what can you do? That's what happens when you ask for forgiveness, not permission. Or now I'm asking for both forgiveness and permission. And there may be some changes too, like if people have better photos or higher res photos and stuff like that, I can work with them there too, because I really need them to do me a favor to let me include this in the book, but that's the way it goes. So that's it for me tonight for the Nonfiction Brand Bookward Bound, right there. By the way, that's the cover art for the Nonfiction Brand podcast, the word Nonfiction Brand in my black and white photo. If you see that, that is the album art for the podcast, and you can find that podcast just about any place that you get find podcasts for free, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, yada, yada, ding dong. It's everywhere. Just look for Nonfiction Brand, my humble black and white photo, and I hope you'll give it a listen. That's it for me tonight. I will be here tomorrow because I still have 20 days left to go, or 19. Tomorrow will be 19 days left to go to get this done. And I'm going to keep doing it because I've already done it for 281 days. Frankly, between you and me, I can't believe that. But that's what happens when you've got someone like you keeping me honest. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being part of my peer pressure posse. You are the ones that make sure that this thing actually gets done, and I couldn't do this without you, so thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow, but first, until then, theme music, take us on out.